clean.
Toyah and Matthew, your power trip has just begun.
Christopher, I want to talk to you.
I'm not ready to talk about this right now.
Don't really trust him. He's making himself look guilty.
God only knows what he said about me behind my back.
He's like an abandoned car.
I am giving you the power to veto the nominations of 3 of your housemates.
Yes.
The power couple chose to veto.
Everyone needs to calm down.
Whatever, Sylvester Stallone.
You disrespected everybody.
What?
I refuse to be kicked.
Don't take me for a mug.
I refuse to be shouted at.
You're standing there shouting at me.
And I've refused to be goaded.
You've just shown your true colours.
Anyone that crosses me now is getting it.
Dear 11:17 a.m. It's the morning after mother of the house Pauline's eviction, and the kids are not all right. Power couple Toyah and Matthew have called a house meeting.
I just kind of feel like with Pauline gone, it feels like, yeah, Pauline is like the mother hen, let's be honest, and she's babied a lot of us. And now she's gone, I'm actually shitting it because I'm thinking, what the hell am I going to see in the bathroom? What the hell am I going to meet in the kitchen? If you use the bathroom, just have a look to make sure you ain't pissed all over the place. I know accidents happen, but I don't feel like sitting in piss anymore.
It's week 3, no accidents shouldn't be happening.
People just need to take responsibility for themselves. If someone brushes their teeth and they drop toothpaste in the sink, clear the sink out. If you're in the bath, take the plug out. If you piss on a seat or you skid mark, wipe it out.
You don't.
That's all there is to it. Oh yeah, and if you go in there and there's no toilet roll in there and you're the last person, put a new toilet roll in the toilet.
And put the empty one in the bin.
Oh, also in the kitchen, if you open any sort of meat, anything open, cover it with cling film. There was bacon in the fridge yesterday, open. I don't know what happened to that. If someone ate it, God help them, you're going to be ill tomorrow. We've also have to decide, apart from cleaning our own cutlery and plates, what we're going to do about all the pans and the trays. I think we should halve the amount of stuff, or make sure there's just enough for one plate, or one wine glass, one cup each.
14 of us.
You only need 14.
There's enough for just one of each when it comes to
Everybody
plates,
has their own
glasses.
set of cutlery.
Why don't we wash our own shit and then
lay
put it
the
on
table.
What we'll do is
with
we'll
it,
put
yeah.
stuff away. Oh yeah, we can lay it on the...
Lay it out.
Yeah, everyone can have their own seat at the table.
Yeah.
You know what? In a way, I actually want us to lose the shopping task because at that
Why?
point, I think. I'll tell you why. Shall I? Because then people will start respecting the fact that you can't. The way people eat in this place is unbelievable. Sometimes I find out about food we've had because I look in the bin and see the wrapper. You cannot eat like you're at home. I don't eat like I'm at home.
That's not a buffet.
Yeah, but if we won the shopping task, then we're not going to starve, isn't it? We've got to eat.
Yeah,
we don't want to waste food.
Yeah, but
there's people having 3-4 eggs for breakfast.
Yeah, but name one person that's had 4 eggs, 3 pieces of... Wait, hold on.
Or a slightly exaggerated Ash.
I know.
We've just all got to be a bit more considerate and realise we're not all alone. None of us here live with 13 other people in the real world. So let's kick ourselves up the arse and stop being dirty bastards.
(1:36 p.m. Winston is sharing one of his infamous anecdotes.
When I was with a girlfriend, I was asleep, she was asleep, and we started having sex in her sleep.
Why are you telling me this?
Yeah, and then woke up halfway through and just carried on. It's good.
Never had that in my life.
It's well weird.
I've never
It's
had
the most
that.
random thing I've ever heard.
That can't be right, yeah. Someone must...
You must have been half awake.
No, I was literally asleep and woke up like, do you know what I mean? You know when you're having a dream of sex and it's good and I sort of come round and I'm actually having sex?
You wake up on top of her?
Yeah.
Can't beat morning sex. That's the best.
Yeah, the breath wasn't nice.
Yeah,
in the middle of the night, what do you do? Just don't kiss?
I don't even think about breath. Straight in.
After this morning's house meeting, Stephen is enjoying the new kitchen rules.
I like this little new regime. The kitchen's much cleaner.
People still need to put their names on, though. Guys.
What, their names?
Yep.
Are you actually seriously going to start
Yep.
carving names? Is
Yep.
it serious?
Yes.
I'm not doing it.
I'm doing it. I already
Are
did
you
it.
really?
First person done.
I think that's a good idea.
You're
because
actually
then you
going
can
to
pick
put
out-
nail polish on the back of it with your
Yep.
name on your plate?
You can pick out then who's washing the dishes and
100%.
who's not.
Power couple Toya and Matthew have been called to the control room.
Hello, power couple.
Hi.
Later today, the housemates will nominate. I am giving you the power to veto the nominations of 3 of your housemates.
What does veto mean?
In effect, you are making 3 of your housemates' nominations null and void.
Ooh. Oh, this is brilliant.
The housemates that you choose will still nominate, but their nominations will count for nothing.
No, we've got to do it before they nominate.
Which 3 housemates' nominations would you like to veto?
Who do you think everyone's going to put up this week? Chris.
Yeah. Okay, but
What
who,
about... Do you think people will vote for Danielle? Maybe. Okay, Kim's going to be nominated by Helen.
Okay, this is a better
I think
way of doing it.
Danielle, if anyone, deserves to be safe because people will just use her as a scapegoat.
Okay, so let's
She's
just
an odd
say.
one.
Okay, so let's just say Danielle would be up. Who would be more likely to nominate her?
Mark, Ash,
So should we do Ash as one of them?
or Void.
This is the time when people are going to get catty, and you don't want that. Because people are not understanding it. When you're nominating, you're choosing not to live with someone. That impacts on somebody, and people are not taking it as seriously as I think they should do. They're getting personal. They're using this instead of this, and I think that's where the issue lies. So I think we've agreed on Ash, right?
Yeah, let's avoid Ash.
So who else?
Sometimes I feel like Stephen's too temperamental with his emotions as well.
With Steve, it's completely not personal. I get on with Steve. Steve can be slightly impulsive, and I think off the back of what's happened, you know, these nominations are who don't you want to live with?
You think we should avoid Stevens?
Yes. Matt, believe me when I say this, because I think that we understand each other in a level. See this week, true colours.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting who's up this week now.
Yeah, but that's a good thing. Surely that has to be a good thing. For me, I'm not saving Danielle, but I don't like people using her as a scapegoat.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
You can't just say,
I don't
oh,
know
I've got no
picking on
other
her.
choices.
Yeah,
I'm going to choose Danielle. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's true.
It's absolutely
Same with
ridiculous.
Steve.
What about Marlon?
Yeah, I was just thinking, who's he going to go for? Kimberly, would he go?
I'd cap Marlon, you know.
You won't?
I would cap him.
Should we avoid Marlon?
Yeah.
I don't think he knows anyone well enough or immerse himself in the drama, which is a good thing. But I think when it comes
But
to
I
noms...
think he'd save his friends, and this is not a friendship thing.
Okay, let's do Marlon.
Right.
Confirm the names of the housemates whose nominations you would like to veto.
Ash, Steve, Marlon.
It is essential that you do not mention this conversation to any of your other housemates. This must remain a secret between you and me.
To 12 p.m. The power couple are enjoying their power picnic in the power pod.
Cheers to being the powerhouse mates, to Logic, to Big Brother 2014, and the ability to change shit up.
Cheers to manipulation, brutality, no, I'm joking.
And fairness.
Fairness, intelligence, rationale, and coolness.
After 3, Logic off over everything.
Logic over everything.
Logic over everything.
Cheers. Yeah, it's nice.
Very refreshing.
It's nominations time, and Christopher is first in.
Hello.
Hello, Christopher. Could you give the name of your first nomination?
My first nomination is Chris.
Last week, I figured out that he was the power housemate. I was upset with the way he treated me in the aftermath of that. I thought he could have done me the service of at least admitting he was the power housemate. And I didn't expect a reason as to why he'd chosen to nominate me, but I'd expected him to admit it, and I felt it was doing me a disservice, and it was a little bit disrespectful to me. My second nomination is Marlon. I think Marlon is a really cool, fun, sweet guy, but it's ruining him slightly, his attitude to girls and the way he describes his relationships with women, and it can make himself sound a little bit of a chauvinist. I think he needs to lose that in the house so his real personality can shine through. So I think it's a shame if he doesn't drop that soon.
My first nomination is Danielle. She just sort of seems to turn up her nose a bit. Some like conversations which can be a bit explicit, or some people might find offensive, but they're more of a joke, and so it's a bit hard to sort of you have to go out of your way to speak to her rather than speak to her in a group. That's the reason I am nominating Danielle for eviction. Yes, my second nomination is Kimberly. It's just the fact that she doesn't like get fully involved in the tasks. She does like moan quite a bit a few times, which I've noticed. Sort of like, a few times, like that. We're probably all guilty of it, to be fair, but she does it a bit more than the usual person, I think.
My first nomination is for Chris. The reason for this nomination is because I'm 99.99999% certain he was the power housemate, therefore shortlisted me for absolutely no reason at all. I don't really trust him. I think he could be slightly two-faced, and I just don't engage with him. My second nomination's for Ash. Basically, he agreed with the Big Bang Theory, and that goes against everything I believe in. I believe that God created the world in 7 days and everything in it, all the animals, and he put Adam and Eve. They had babies. Bish bash bosh. Do I think he respects my opinion on it? No, I don't. We're bipolar. Total opposites.
(3:22 p.m. Today, housemates are nominating for the second time, unaware that the power couple have vetoed Ash, Marlon and Stephen's nominations. Housemates are soaking up the sun.
I'm fine at the minute.
Triple B!
Let's give him a group hug. Let's all give him a group hug.
Kimberly is next to nominate.
My first nomination is Chris, because he has an intolerance to various people in this house, and there's a bit of a prejudice that's been built up. For example, he would just, speak of other people's conversations as boring, and he would make it sound like they were below him, and I don't think that's fair in the Big Brother house. My second nomination is Marlon. The confrontation that I had with him was when I was working out. He was saying something along the lines of, keep going and move my legs wider. But I mean, to be honest, I just don't even like to think about what he said. And it did concern me when he stepped beyond my boundaries, beyond my comfort zone, and then kind of threw it in my face. It's kind of like, oh, it's kind of silly that you thought that, you shouldn't, take it so seriously. But actually, when someone's telling me to spread my legs wider when I'm working out, yeah, I'll take it seriously. I'll take offense to that. Because it wasn't said in a jokey way, it was said in like a really seedy way, and I don't like that.
My first nomination is Danielle. I think she came here to prove a point, more than actually being interested in making friends and being interested in other people's lives. She should be here to make an effort to do that, and she alienates herself from that, and I don't think that's fair. She wants to prove that glamour models aren't kind of seen as like a sex symbol, and that people that are religious can still do it. And that's brilliant. You don't need to come on here to let people know that. My second nomination is Chris. He's not emotionally attached to anybody, and that's why he segregates himself so much. I've heard a lot of people talking about how it's infuriating that he gets bored, how he's saying he's getting bored of conversations, unintelligent conversations. And even if he was powerhouse mate, he should have more balls to sit there and kind of go along with the conversation, because all he's doing is making himself look guilty.
My first nomination is Chris. In group conversations and in group situations, he has very little input, and a lot of the time he's the first one to walk away. And another thing, I'm a very spiritual person. You know, I've got full kind of faith in my own psychic abilities. People can think it's daft or crazy, but I would expect people to kind of respect it. And he said to me that he thinks it's a load of complete hocus pocus, and that I thought was just an ignorant.
Thank you, Mark.
Welcome.
Now, could you give the name of your second nomination?
God, I'm really struggling, but my second nomination is going to be for Danielle this week. I just feel like in the house she doesn't kind of have as much input as other people, and I don't feel like she is definitely coming out of her shell more, but it's just a little bit slow. She doesn't kind of want to understand other people's kinds of views and way of life, which is quite strange because she does seem quite confused in her views. It's not for me to judge, but I mean, how can you be a devout Catholic glamour model? Glamour models are there to be like objects, or like for men to like lust over, do you know what I mean? And it just doesn't add up to me, and I think it's quite a little bit fickle.
4:36 p.m. Helen is labelling her crockery.
Who do you reckon's gonna crack first?
Me.
What do you mean, crack?
Do you know who I think's gonna crack?
Steve.
Ashley.
Took it badly, Steve.
Because she keeps getting really wound up.
Oh, Ashley?
Yeah.
I think because of her age, she's a mourner.
Yeah.
She's gonna mourn a hell of a lot.
You know what else? You know what she said? Everyone's having 4 eggs, 3 bacon, tin of beans. She doesn't eat bacon, she doesn't eat eggs, so what's the problem?
Next to nominate is Jarlath.
My first nomination is for Stephen. After the last 2 weeks being a little bit tricky around here, I have felt, as before, whispering. Since then, Pauline's attitude changed to me last week, and Stephen's miraculously changed last week. You know, and then even more so from after last night. Suddenly he's my best friend, and suddenly, you know, he wants to have a laugh and a giggler with me, and quite frankly, I just don't need to be around that. My second nomination is Ash. The reason I'm nominating Ash is because of the antisocial behaviour that I've witnessed. If I'm there, they're either just whispering in corners or talking about someone that I actually get on with in front of me. Don't be around them then. Why do you need to sit and discuss at length people that you hate? Just get on with it. If you're obviously in your friendship group and you're looking out for each other, then why do you need to discuss everyone that you don't like and then kiss their ass the next minute?
My first nomination is Steve. I sometimes feel like he talks to me like I'm a bit of a client rather than a person. He can be a little conservative, he sleeps a lot, and it sort of feels like he's an outsider among a group of brilliantly awful and interesting people. With a heavy heart, my second nomination is Winston. Winston's an amusing character. Whether or not it's intentional or otherwise, he's pretty vacant. He's like an abandoned car. He is playing the simple card, and what's happening is I think he's the biggest culprit for messiness, eating too much, possible other issues related to toilet activities, and a general kind of laziness which has caused a lot of problems in the group, but no one's looking at him, and he is just staying quiet.
My first nomination is Ash. Like for today example, when we had the group meeting about the cleanliness and people's eating habits in the house, when I basically like voiced everyone's opinion, he was like trying to get me like, oh, let's be honest, who eats that? And I'm going, well, I kind of just seen you eat it the other morning, and I just thought it was a bit rude. My second nomination is Winston. Within the house, the cleanliness of the kitchen and the bathrooms become a massive issue, and I've noticed when I've went into the bathroom after Winston, the toilet seat will be left up or the toilet hasn't been flushed, and whenever things aren't hygienic, and it makes me a bit ill. So I know things would be a bit cleaner if he wasn't here. And it's not even that, it's actually just the fact that it annoys me that everyone else just lets him get away with it and nobody would ever say anything to him.
The power couple chose to veto the nominations of Ash, Stephen and Marlon.
Danielle.
Ashley.
Chris.
Kimberly.
Therefore, their nominations won't count.
Two good-looking girls, though, must say.
So that means Chris has 5 nominations, Ash and Danielle have 3, and Marlon, Stephen and Winston all have 2.
The housemates up for eviction are, in no particular order, Danielle and Ash.
What?
And Chris and Marlon and Kimberly.
What?
Wow.
And Stephen.
Knew it. Told you.
Surprise,
Knew
surprise.
it. Knew it. So it's okay. I knew it.
And
Wow.
It's a double. It's a double.
Winston.
What?
Seriously?
No way in a million years.
Everyone's going up.
Everyone's up.
Everyone has to.
However, earlier today, the power couple had the power of veto over 3 housemates' nominations. This means the nominations that these 3 made did not count. The power couple chose to veto the nominations of Ash.
Does that get me out?
No. No, that means your nomination didn't count.
All right.
Stephen
Talk to me now.
and Marlon. Their nominations were discarded, and as a result, 1 housemate will no longer face eviction.
As I understand it.
The housemate that has escaped eviction by the power couple's power of veto is Kimberly.
That's absolutely not fantastic.
I'm not worried at all, and I'm glad this happened, and I'll tell you
I'm
why.
glad it happened.
If
This is
people
what
want to
we did.
know why we had, what made us choose those people to discard their nominations, we'll explain it.
So we thought it would be too predictable otherwise.
So why did
we
you-
felt like in the house there's too many divides, and we
Too
knew
many.
exactly who would be up, but we felt that we knew exactly who would be up if the nominations weren't vetoed. So we felt like we'd make it more fair.
Things need to change in the house. It's boring.
It's not really that predictable.
We thought that people would
Sorry,
use
it is
certain
predictable.
people's
Of course, it's
vote.
predictable. We haven't voted. Myself,
So
and him haven't
basically,
voted. Everybody
you-
else has voted.
Out of everyone that was up, you chose to save Kimberly.
We didn't save anyone.
No.
Basically,
I'm not even
means that because they vetoed mine, yours, or yours votes, someone in that collection has voted for Kimberly, and because ours is vetoed, she's safe. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Before we explain anything, everyone needs to calm down. That's what they need to do.
Whatever,
no
Sylvester
one talk
Stallone.
to me. Like,
Well, you don't speak to
sorry?
me like that.
I said, whatever, Sylvester Stallone.
Do you know something, Winston? I'm not even going to answer you. And Ash.
But you said you'd explain it.
Well, don't speak to me like that then.
You said
you
I'm
to calm
speaking to you.
down.
Why are you taking it so personally?
Because you
Ash?
basically I'm up for nomination.
Let me tell you something. We're all adults in this room.
Right.
We are all adults, and I have
Well,
never.
do not tell me to calm down then.
Ash, let me tell you something. I
Right?
have never.
If you're going to speak to everyone,
ever
tell everyone.
disrespected you.
Right?
Don't
you just did right
ever.
then. You just did right then.
I spoke to everybody.
Exactly. So you disrespected
Oh,
everybody.
well, you know what, Ash? I'm not even going to have a conversation.
Well, you don't have
You've
to.
made us feel uncomfortable. How
I'm
about
asking
that?
you to explain it.
Well, you know what? You need to calm down because I'm not going to explain myself
I'll calm
to
down
you.
if you just say calm down.
I have never called you a name.
Why are
in
you
this
raising
house.
your voice?
Because you just told me to
Do you
calm
know what,
down.
Winston,
And now
you
you're
need to
shouting.
calm down as well.
I'm very
shouting
calm.
over
Well,
me.
you know what, Matt?
You're the one that's
Don't
shouting.
even explain it.
But you don't need to speak like that. Just say everyone. Just calm down.
You accused us of saving Kim.
No, I didn't. Did I say
You
that?
accused us
Did I
of
say that?
saving Kim.
I said, I asked you, did you get the choice out of us to
You
pick
reacted
Kim?
the way you did because of how Winston sport. Ashley
I
didn't
know.
speak
I
to you in
did
the same
nothing
tone.
wrong. then.
You know what? That may be true.
I
but
did
let me-
absolutely
You
zero
know what? You know
wrong.
what, Helen? That may be true, but let me tell you something. I said everyone needs to calm down.
No, you didn't just say that. You
doesn't
shouted
reflect-
it.
that doesn't
Disrespectful
mean-
to me
so
and my
don't
friends.
talk to me about
Yeah.
disrespect.
After what you just said.
Okay, cool. So we're both wrong then,
Yeah.
isn't it? Cool.
Right. You're the one sitting there raising your
Winston,
voice.
don't pipe up now.
Am I the
Mug.
one piping up?
Don't take
You're-
me for a mug.
She needs to relax.
No one
Oh,
actually, no one
stand there
actually
shouting
thinks
at
that
me.
we may feel a little uncomfortable. That's why I'm piping up.
I know, and we know that.
You're meant to have all this under control instead of shouting at everyone. Calm down.
You walked in the room and
Just
you
calm
accused
down.
us of saving Kim.
Come with
I didn't accuse you of anything.
Just please leave me on a road.
I
Please
said,
just leave me on my
did you
own
have the
order,
choice?
please.
Matthew, did I say, did you have the
Please,
choice of
come
picking
on,
out of them?
Please, just come in.
I'm
Just
not going to
listen
be
me.
mugged off
I
by
know
anyone.
you're not. I'm just saying to you. I'm trying to explain to everyone. If they're giving you just a couple of minutes to explain your decision, but Winston ruined all that. You were about to speak. You were about to speak and explain why you'd done certain things. And Winston blew the whole situation
Helen, let
up.
me tell you
I
something.
understand
I've been
why.
calm.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to bring you away from a confrontation like that, like hopefully you do with me.
At the end of the day, right, if he had to cancel 3 people's nominations, yeah, you'd cancel the people that don't like us.
Who did you cancel?
He cancelled mine.
And mine and Steve's.
So he cancelled all of ours and kept all the people
Why
that
would
don't
you
like
hit all
us.
three
So
of
that's
us? Why would
basically
you hit
put
all
all
three
of
of
us.
us? That's what we're trying to say.
We felt like everyone in this house was probably going to nominate Chris.
Why
Because everyone
everyone-
suspected that Chris was a power housemate last week. And then everyone wants to go to Danielle as another scapegoat. I don't think that's
So you
right.
thought it was better
I'm not
than 3
bothered.
people
It's
to
cool,
go
but
up?
the
You
fact
thought
that
it was better
I think
to
you
put
stood up
10
going,
people up than 3 people?
Yeah, I
Is
do
that what you're
think
saying?
so. Because I think
Right.
everyone deserves a fair
Right.
chance.
So hopefully I'll stay because then I'll remember that shit.
Okay.
Next week, she's not going to be the powerhouse mate. Start being up, oh, this house needs a shake-up. She's an idiot.
(9:59 p.m). It's been 29 minutes since the big bust-up.
Everyone in this house. Tell Ash to never talk to me, you know. Never. I don't want no apology. And he had the cheek to ask me why I saved Kim over him. Matt, that guy Ash is mad. But I'm glad. Everybody now has seen everyone's colours, and that's exactly what me and Matt wanted to happen.
That's how I
So,
feel.
you know what? They're focusing on the wrong thing. Me and Matt didn't even get to vote. So how stupid are they?
Well,
Everybody has now seen Winston's true colours. Winston's playing a game. He's here to win. Ash, oh, everybody, ha ha ha.
Toya, how he stood up. I said to Jali that scared me. Like, it
Because
actually
I'm not going to be
scared me.
intimidated by no one in
No,
this
the
house.
fact that he stood up to a woman like that is absolutely
Danielle,
disgusting.
sit down, take a deep breath.
I'm not going to be intimidated by no one in this house. Only
but
me
you
and
can't-
Matt know
you
how
can't-
that
you
felt.
can't- you
We
can't-
felt like shit.
You can't speak to a woman like that. You just can't
It's
speak
not
to
nice.
a woman like that.
This is Big Brother. Will Toya come to the diary room?
Well, you're calling the wrong person.
Calling her a drama queen, that's for sure.
Oh, shut up, Winston. We've seen your true colours now. Now, I'm Winston. We see your true colours now.
Do one.
You do one. For once in your life, do one yourself. Idiot. No respect. Nothing. You don't even have respect for yourself. Pissing all over the toilet seat like a barbaric animal.
What's you about true colours?
Oh, we do actually, the big one.
So you know true colours, don't we?
Hello, Toya. Big Brother just wants you to take a couple of minutes.
I'm angry. I'm angry that people in this house, like Ash and like Winston, will back me and Matthew up into a corner where I have to defend myself. I don't need to call people names because despite how poor a background I may have come from, I'm educated. I can speak like an educated person, but let me tell you something. The day Ash apologises to me in this house, I'll pack my stuff and I'll leave here. Because I will blow like Hurricane Toya. Believe me on that one. People need to wise up. Smell the damn coffee. Ash had the audacity to say today, someone from our gang is going. Gang? Are you okay? But let me tell you something. The gang is about to be dispersed. Because we're on Big Brother. This is not Big Ash. Anyone that crosses me now is getting it. Being a powerhouse mate, it's a responsibility. These people are not getting it. You are effectively in charge of what happens, who possibly leaves, and everybody has a story, and everyone comes here for a reason. It's not a popularity contest. We're not in the playground. It's not my gang's more popular than yours. We're adults. And if I have done anything, if me and Matthew have done anything in the house, it's bringing the truth to the forefront. I refuse to be kicked, I refuse to be shouted at, and I've refused to be goaded. It will not happen. So either these people put up with it, or they leave through that door.
(10:26 p.m). Stephen is still coming to terms with Hurricane Toya and tonight's events.
It's made me understand tonight for the first time again, and everyone gets it's a game, it's a game, it's a game. I never understood it was a game. Tonight I do. Because Toya and Matthew sat in that pod watching all the garden. Who was in the garden when they were sitting in the pod? Who was in the garden?
Just us.
Who was in the garden?
Ash was.
Exactly. A decision's been made, it's been the wrong decision. You know, at the end of the day, I don't dislike Matthew and Toya as people. I think they've made a massively huge mistake, and as a result, I'm probably one that's going to go from it when it could have been someone else more insignificant who will not make the same contribution to the house, and that is it. You'll all see it. And we'll all know exactly what's happened here. We all pretty much know what's happened.
I thought there were a bigger reason behind it. That's why
That's what I was waiting for the explanation.
Listen, no, but when Winston shouted at Toya, don't listen. When you said like that remark to her, she got her back up before.
People are all talking shit. I'm not even going out in the garden.
So would you expect someone to just stand there like you're a school kid?
Because I can't be bothered to hear everyone talk about things.
Simple as that. Simple as that. No one in here is above me to talk to me a certain way.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Is your life?
Would I ever talk to you like that?
He's not in a good mood, so we're just getting up here to
You
talk.
okay?
Huh?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Do you want me to come up with you?
Yeah,
I'm not saying you were in the wrong for saying what you said, but she was about to give reasons, and I thought the reasons would have been better.
She was silent. She just went silent. Let's give her 5 minutes to say nothing.
Marlon, shut.
You've just shown your true colours. Shut up.
And if I don't, what will you do?
I'm not going to do anything. Don't try and play that game with me.
You are
You see
a
the games she's trying to play?
child, Marlon,
What would you
and
do
it's
if I don't shut up? Do you
embarrassing.
see the games she's trying to play? Do you see the games she's trying to... I'm smarter than that, babe. Come on now.
You're embarrassing.
Come
Be
on
a
now.
leader and
Did
stop
you
being
not
a
just-
mouse.
Did you not just see that?
Marlon.
If I don't shut up, what are you going to do? You're a fake. You're
I'm
a
fake.
You showed
well,
your true
we've seen your true colours
and you're an
today,
idiot
haven't we,
as well.
darling?
This is Big Brother. Marlon, come
Do
to
you
the
think anyone
diary room.
Talking
Okay.
to disgracefully, I can't even deal with this
It's,
right now.
do you know what the greatest thing is? And what everybody is failing to understand? We didn't even get to nominate.
Marlon, Big Brother called you to the diary room because Big Brother thinks that you just need a few minutes just to calm down. And tell Big Brother how you're feeling.
I'm feeling alright, to be fair, but clearly Toya just put her pals up for nomination.
Toya's not stupid.
We didn't even get to nominate.
No, but you
So
took
the
their
people
nomination.
in front of you nominated you.
No, but you took their nominations away. You took 3 mates' nominations
Oh, Winston,
away.
I'm not even listening to you.
Oh, so why?
Because you've shown your true colours. You have no respect for yourself.
No respect
and you
for
have...
Sit in the powerhouse
I'm a
seat
prick.
up there.
Don't go
Sitting in
down
the
that road.
powerhouse seat. What? Next week, are you going to be a powerhouse mate?
Winston, I don't... My life does not begin and end in Big Brother.
No.
I have a life outside
Yeah,
Big Brother.
I've got a big life
Being
outside.
nominated and being evicted does not dictate the type of person I am, darling. So believe me, when it's my time to go,
I don't believe
I will
you.
leave
I don't believe-
gracefully.
I don't believe
because
you. I
I
don't
came
believe-
down those stairs
I
knowing
don't
exactly
believe
the
you. I
type
don't
of
believe
person
anything
I
you
am.
say.
Winston, we see your true colours. We never saw this yesterday when you were pissing all
I never
over
saw
the
this.
toilet
I never
seat.
saw this yesterday from you.
Oh,
so
shut
why,
up.
Why,
I'm
what?
not going to be
What,
backed
because
into
I'm
a
standing
corner.
up for myself.
I'm not going to be intimidated
What, because
by
I'm
nobody.
standing up for
and
myself.
if you
It's
think
my true
you
colours,
can
yeah?
do it,
That is my
keep
true
trying
colours.
it. I will continue to defend myself.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what
not
I'm. That's
going
what
to
I'm
be
doing now. I'm
intimidated
defending
by you.
myself,
It's
and that's
not
my true
gonna happen.
colours. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
12:42 a.m.
Marlon is a sheep. Tell him I said. He's a sheep. I don't want anyone to verbally abuse him from my camp, you know. I swear. He's not even worth... When he comes out here, he's a no one. I'm somebody.
What do you want, World War III or something?
What World War III?
Already had World War III.
I'm not saying anything about that.
People what I've got a good connection with, I expect to understand where they're coming from. And I'm like, you, Matthew and Helen are my best mates in here, do you know what I mean? And Toya's like not far off, but I get on with everybody. But I expect to understand why they made that decision, and I can't understand it.
Because it can't be understood.
It can't.
Because it doesn't make sense.
It just, what would have been fair? If it was going to be fair, would it been to have people from both sides,
It's all three
groups
of
of
us,
mates,
well, it's us.
not one group of friends? Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense.
They should have picked from different groups. If they couldn't manage to do that,
Yeah.
they should have mixed it up.
I can't believe it. I'm baffled.
I don't mind being public enemy number one because you see me, you know how I'm always laughing, joking and skipping. My mum says sometimes you have to kill people with kindness, and me laughing is going to hurt them more. I will laugh to the high heavens. People are forgetting that we're still pair housemates.
Tell you what, at the minute I'm up and I'm just not going to speak to him. But if I go up, then I'm not here. But if one of my mates go, then I've got enemies. Then I've got actual enemies.